something, pick a different route. If you're gonna make that change, there's no better time than now. Be boundless. First I gotta get up off this futon, get my bags packed tight, put my shoes on.
Hey guys, I'm heading out to Bangkapi Mall. Gonna meet up with an American friend over there, and I'll show you around a little bit. It's an area I'm not really familiar with, but I actually almost ended up moving over there. So let's go check it out. First, I'm walking down my soy, gonna go down to the main street here, and I gotta find a taxi. It's really easy to get around by taxi here, really inexpensive. You know, you jump in a cab in Osaka and the meter starts at about $7 an hour, $8 an hour, or sorry, starts at $7 or $8. I think I had a friend who told me in France it was starting at like 15 euros or something like that. But here, it starts at about $1. Now I've got to cross the street so I can get a taxi. Whew, survived that. Alright guys, I got stuck in some traffic, so it took me a while to get over here. But here's the Mall Bangkapi. I'm gonna try to find my friend now.
It's crazy.
No, where we were. Hey, what's happening, dude?
How's it going, man?
How you doing? All right, man.
That's crazy.
This is Chuck. This is Ryan.
Nice to meet you, man.
How's it going?
It is dirty. What are you talking about?
Oh, in my camera right now?
Yeah, sorry. I'm just recording my everyday life. Yeah.
Cool.
Everyday life. Right. It's roll, baby.
So the question I ask these guys is if there's a deep-seated undercurrent of racism in Thailand. And what were you saying, Chuck?
Well, I think that every country has racism. Without a doubt, there's no country without racism. But in this country, there is racism. But I think the percentage of the population that is racist is drastically lower than other countries in the world, and much less than the USA. So you cannot say this country is racist-free, but I think it's really low.
You think it's more or less
I'm just taking it in.
than in the United States?
I'm just taking it in because I just came to Thailand. He's been here about 4 years total. And you disagree, don't you?
You think it's much less than the United States?
Hell yeah.
Listen, in Thailand, they are not only racist against foreigners, they're racist against their own people. They discriminate against dark-skinned people.
They are. That's
okay. And the bottom line is that while the average person doesn't really care about foreigners, they just want to go on their way and do their thing. They don't want any problems with them or anything like that. The problem stems from when the interactions have to happen, like in tourist areas. When you get people in tourist areas who are going, hey, you're in my country, you need to pay more money, or you can't have this because you're not Thai, then there's going to be problems, because foreigners don't like that as a visitor. They don't like to be treated that way, right? And then the thing is you will never be Thai. You will never be an equal to a Thai in this country. Okay? That's the thing. And it sounds so simple just to say it. Oh, well, you're not Thai, you're a foreigner. Yeah, you're an outsider. But when you really come down to it, it means a lot in this country. What it means is, especially if you don't have much money, if you're some poor schmuck who's, you know, like living off of $20,000 a month or something in the up country, and you just barely have enough to get your retirement visa or something, and you have no money, you're going to lose every time. You'll lose to somebody who's got a little bit of power, and it's not about right or wrong. It's about, are these people corrupt? Are they not corrupt? And while you could say that this could happen in the United States, I dare say that there are some safeguards in place to stop this from happening, and that there are repercussions and there is recourse, where in this country there is no recourse a lot of the time. So
yeah, well, you summed up Japan. That's pretty much how Japan is. There's racism in Japan, but not so much like you're saying how there's racism among the people from different parts of Thailand. I don't see that as much in Japan, but like you said, there's no recourse you can take in Japan. There's no organizations or associations that you can...
Let me just say this. I know a guy, he got into a car accident, okay? He had a foreigner in the car with him. He got into a car accident. He didn't want to drive, it was the guy's car. He didn't want to drive the car, but the guy was drunk, so he started driving the car. He drives the car, a Thai hits him. He does 300,000 baht worth of damage to this other guy's car. The other guy had major injuries. He had like a spine injury. He's unable to walk now. Okay, he can't walk. He's, you know, a paraplegic for the rest of his life. And I don't remember how much they offered the guy. The insurance company offered the guy, but it was a pittance. It was something like 50,000 baht or something like that. My buddy had to go to jail and post bond because the police were faulting him, and he was going straight, and the other person drove into the side of him and didn't give him the right of way. Now there was nothing he could do. He was just like, hey, this is wrong, I'll get a lawyer. And all he did was he paid to stay out of jail. The lawyer took care of everything, and fortunately he had the money to pay, and he stayed out of jail. But his poor friend got nothing, and he basically had to, you know, they flew him home eventually, and he's a paraplegic for the rest of his life, you know. Or I'll tell you another thing, now that I'm on this subject. I remember, I don't know how many years ago, it was maybe 10 years ago, maybe even longer. There was a girl walking down Bangkapi Road. Maybe you heard of this. There was like, you know, she was like a student or something, right? She's walking down Bangkapi Boulevard on the sidewalk, and you know the walkways that go that cross over to the other side. She's walking, she walks underneath the walkway, and a piece of concrete fell off. It just broke off. It had like crumbled off and fell and hit her on the head. You know, knocked her out, and she was in a coma for I don't know how long. I don't know if she still might be in a coma. She's, you know, she was on life support, and they paid her family 30,000 baht. And you know, the people who paid, I guess, were the Thai government or whatever. Yeah, paid the Thai woman, and you know, it was just like, oh yeah, okay, you know, 30,000 baht. You know, for what? You know, the poor girl, she can't walk anymore. She's not gonna have a life, and she gets $1,000 bucks. You know what I mean? You're on your own here, man. Believe me, you're on your own.
That's how it feels.
The reason for you have no problems, and I really have no problems, is because we don't really start problems with anybody. Okay, we stay out of the way, and fortunately, nothing has happened to us. Where you're just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
The higher you up on the chain, the more advantages.
Isn't that how it is everywhere?
I don't think this is like, no, but it's more extreme here in these kinds,
I think
in these kinds of countries.
You know, what he said is there a deep-seated hatred
Right. I don't think it's.
I don't think it's a deep-seated hatred.
No. What I said is there an undercurrent of resentment or dislike for
I don't think
for
there
foreigners?
is. Less than 5% of
I
the
think
people
by some, yes.
dislike. Less than 5%.
You with the percentages. You know, I think there's definitely a percentage of people that they resent foreigners. Haven't you ever got into a taxi? Haven't you ever got into a taxi and the taxi driver just you can just tell he just does not like you.
Oh, dude, my taxi ride here. That guy hated me. And for what? I just wanted to shoot some video while we're driving.
Oh, and he got pissed off?
He had a shit fit.
Really?
He had a shit fit. When I was about to put my camera on the dash, I don't know what he was saying. He was speaking in Thai, but I could tell he didn't like me.
Yeah. Well, they want to know, well, what are you doing? What are you doing with that? You know?
Yeah.
Because I've had the same thing.
I think Scotty is a little bit squirmish about lady boys. So sometimes I like to harass him. I'll send him pictures of lady boys and things. And I think he just has, there's a certain ick factor. The icky factor.
I find it, to me, I find it abominable that a male would do away with his male member, with his tool, with his maleness, because he feels like he's a woman on the inside. I mean, you know, I always say this, but it's like, if I feel like Superman, does that mean I need to get up on a roof and jump off so that I can prove it? Well, you know, I don't know. I just think that cutting it off, that's a last resort. That's just a little too weird for me. And I just can't, I would never understand it. I mean, do you understand it? Do you understand the need to have a surgery where you chop a piece of your body off?
Well,
It's because they're female.
I
I mean, I don't fault them for it. Let them do whatever they want. That's fine.
All right, guys, I just got done meeting up with some friends, and we parted ways. Talked for a while there. Scott's a real talker, and just chilling out at the mall now. I'm gonna walk around for a little bit. I'll show you guys what it looks like here. Yeah, it just looks like a typical mall. You know, got 3 or 4 stories. The malls here are big compared to the malls that I saw in Japan. But they've got their chain stores, like this is Chester's Chicken. Got Dunkin' Donuts over here. Pizza Hut over there. Here's something I see a lot of in Thailand. They're gold shops. They sell gold. That seems to be real popular here. We've got a nice little koi pond here. Alright guys, that's a little bit of the Mall Bangkapi. I can understand why people would want to hang out here. It's cool inside when it's really hot and humid outside. Lots of eye candy, restaurants, interesting shops and stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with me. In fact, I don't hope it, I know you did, because I'm Ryan Ballas and I made this video. So I'm gonna head home and relax for the evening. Catch you all next time. You're dismissed.
Better do something, pick a different route if you're gonna make that change.
These girls want to sell me a condo. You want me to buy a condo? For a condo? Hey guys, I got a pretty friendly taxi driver here. Do you understand English?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Can I practice Thai? Chan yak phukพูดภาษาไทย
อ๋อ คุณอยู่ที่ไหน
ชัน
คุณอยู่ประเทศอะไร
ชันอยู่ประเทศอเมริกา
อ๋อ
แต่ชันอยู่ญี่ปุ่น16 ปี เข้าใจไหม
ตอนนี้เข้าใจ ตอนนี้แล้วคุณอยู่เมืองไทยกี่ปีแล้ว
1 เดือน
1 วัน
1
โอ้
วัน คุณเป็นคนจังหวัดอะไร
จังหวัดตรัง
There's no better time than now. Be boundless. Take a step outside, stretch my arms out.